Hi Aries, this is your love reading for the month of September 2017. I've decided to do things a little bit different this month, okay? I don't know if it's going to work or not. I've done 2 rows here. This row will be for Aries that are single, and this row will be for Aries that are already in a committed relationship. I've also pulled a romance oracle card for each of you, okay? Now, the card that single Aries got is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Now, what that could mean, Aries, is that at the moment, you may not be in the right frame of mind to enter a new relationship. You may have recently come out of a relationship that may have caused some sadness, some pain. You may very well be going through a healing process. It may just be for some of you that at the moment, as I said, you're just not wanting to enter a new relationship. You may very well be enjoying being single at the moment. Now, up the top here, you've got the 3 of Pentacles. And the thing with this 3 of Pentacles, yes, there's 2 people in there and they're making plans, okay? But the other aspect with this 3 of Pentacles is, well, the main thing is about planning where to go in your current situation. You know, it may very well be that you are making plans in regards to your current situation, in regards to your work and your finances. It may be in the month of September that you're going to be focusing more on those areas of your life. And it may be that you're working with a group of people, because I think that 3 of Pentacles, what I'm feeling is that it's more talking about your work and your career. Maybe for some of you are planning your current situation in terms of maybe starting a new career or looking for a different type of job. But I think it's more about you focusing on your work. Now, the next card we've got for you is the 9 of Pentacles. And this is a successful card. It's a pat on the back card. It's a card to say that you're doing okay. And you're doing okay and you're doing well on your own. You're working on your job, you're putting the effort into your work, your career, you're trying to build your finances up, but you're doing this on your own and you're content to be on your own. If that card was in the reverse, then I could say, well, okay, maybe work and finances are going well, but maybe love is lacking and maybe you are lonely. But I'm not picking up that being on your own is a real issue for you in this month of September. Your outcome card is the 6 of Wands. Now, this is the victory card in the minor arcana. But what this card can talk about, there can be an element here of a lack of confidence. And it may be for some of you that the relationship you was in before and maybe the ending of that relationship on some level has knocked your confidence. Maybe, you know, It may bring this feeling out in you that if you enter another relationship, maybe you're fearing that it will go wrong. Maybe you're fearing that it's not going to work out. And I think it's your state of mind. It's not the reality of the situation. And maybe that's why that retreat card has come up, because maybe you are choosing to step away from relationships because you're lacking this confidence either within yourself, but also maybe a complete lack of faith in and confidence within relationships. Maybe, you know, your ex-partner let you down, maybe they lied, maybe they weren't loyal, whatever the circumstances, it could have impacted you in regards to your confidence, but also impacted you, I think, in regards to your confidence in relationships, full stop. And I think through this month of September, you're going to be putting your time and energy towards your work and your finances. And I think you're going to be quite happy to do that. Now, moving on to coupled Aries. The romance oracle card you got is let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. It may be in this month of September, Aries, that there may be some of you that are going through some issues within your relationship. And it may be that you need to turn to friends or family for support, guidance and help. Now, that can be a difficult thing for Aries because Aries doesn't always like to ask for help. They like to feel that they can deal with everything on their own. So it's a big deal for an Aries to ask for help. And I can say that with confidence because I'm an Aries. And it's not easy to ask people for help, especially when it comes to personal matters. Aries can be quite closed off and they don't tend to want to share too much about their personal life. But it may be in September that it might be to your benefit. And it doesn't have to be to everybody, but there could be one trusted friend or one trusted family member that you may very well benefit from if you turn to them for guidance and support. Now, the first card we have up here is the Six of Swords. This traditionally in the upright is about moving away. Moving away from something that has been turbulent in order to find peace, peace of mind. When it's in the reverse, it talks about there being unresolved issues. And it can also talk about how you may be trying to move away from issues. Trying to move away from what's been quite a turbulent time within this relationship. It's telling me that you're not wanting to necessarily leave this relationship, but you're wanting to move away from the difficulties. And you're hoping to be able to overcome those difficulties. The next card you've got is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is a card about feeling very despondent. A card about looking at this relationship and on one hand looking at what you've both brought to the table, how far you've both come as a couple, but also being at that point of thinking, is it worth going on? Is it worth any more of my time and effort? Because there's obviously been issues within this relationship. And in September, I think you're going to be at this point where on one hand, you're going to feel very much like giving up here. But on the other hand, there's going to be this almost determination to try to work through these problems. Now, your outcome card is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So yes, some of you could very well be involved with an earth sign, a Taurus, a Capricorn, a Virgo. The thing with this Queen, and it's not gender specific in these readings, there's two things here. If this is your energy now, it can be here to highlight that you may be worrying that if you ended this relationship, would you be able to be financially independent on your own? You may, especially if you're living together and you share finances, you may be worried about what is going to happen. Who will get the house? Where will you live? Can you afford to be on your own and have that financial security on your own? If we're talking about this Queen of Pentacles being the other person in the relationship, it may be that they are very consumed by work and finances. This Queen can either be very generous and want to spend, or can be very miserly to the point where she's holding on to that money. She can go through financial extremes here, but also can be very consumed within work. And it may be, for those of you that this is talking about the other person, that person may very well be more concerned about their work, putting more of their time and effort into their work than they are into this relationship. If it's not the other person, then I think it's you weighing things up. If you leave this relationship, will you be able to cope on your own? Will you be able to be financially independent on your own? Now, that card with the Romance Oracle card about letting friends help you, to me, this could go two ways. It could either be for some of you where you're having issues with your partner. Maybe it is because they're consumed by work, but whatever the issues are, be them financial, work, whatever. It may be that by talking to one of your friends or a family member, that they can make you see things from a different perspective. That if your partner is working all the time and they're not putting effort into this relationship, but you have been, maybe you need to look at it from a different aspect, a different point of view, and maybe a friend can show you that. Show you that yes, they're working all the time, but they're working all the time to bring financial security to this relationship. For some of you, that friends helping you could very well be that if you did decide to leave this relationship, that maybe your friends will come to your rescue. Maybe, you know, they will offer you some financial assistance. Maybe they will put a roof over your head temporarily until you find somewhere else and sort everything out. I'm not seeing a breakup here though, Aries. If I was seeing a breakup, I would expect this Six of Swords to be the other way around. But there are some issues here. And they're issues that are going to need to be overcome. And it may be that you do need to ask your friends or confide in somebody in order for them to get you to see things from another perspective here. So that does conclude this reading. Please let me know in the comments if you like these two separate spreads, if you feel that they do work. Because quite often the love readings can focus very much more on people that are in a relationship, and then the single people can often feel that there isn't any relevant messages there for them. So I've tried to divide it, okay? So let me know if you think it works. And, you know, have a great September, and I'll be back again with further readings for October. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and for subscribing. And just one other thing, just to remind you that if you do leave a comment and you haven't subscribed, then I'm not going to be able to see your comment or reply to it. I'll get notified about it, but I cannot reply. So if you leave a comment and you're wanting me to see that comment and reply to it, then you are going to need to subscribe. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.